First New Year's Six game. The orangest of all of the Orange Bowls. We got the Tennessee Volunteers and the Clemson Tigers. Clemson, surprising maybe to some, 4.5-point favorite in this one. How do you see this one going, sir?
It's not a surprise when Jeremy Banks, Hendon Hooker, Cedric Tillman, Jalen Hyatt, Darnell Wright are all not playing in this particular game. It's a lot of bodies, a lot of important bodies not accounted for. 2 of the 3 main starters out wide are not playing in this one. That's a problem. Another problem is DJ Uiagalelei is not under center for the Clemson Tigers, Matt Green. I think that line might be a little bit different if it's DJ under center for Clemson. No, it's Cade Klubnik, and the last time we saw him, he was roasting the North Carolina Tar Heels in the ACC title game. So I think that's a very different part of it. I think it's just anyone who says they know how this game's going to go are silly. We don't know what a full start of Cade Klubnik looks like after a month to prepare. We don't know what Joe Milton's going to look like in this one. We don't know what Tennessee's defense is going to look like without Jeremy Banks. The last time we saw Tennessee's defense without Jeremy Banks, it was a massacre at South Carolina. This is probably the healthiest the secondary's been all year for Tennessee, which is huge because they've been just ridiculously destroyed there. I think the pass rush will be good in this one. I don't think Clemson will. I'm curious. I think the matchup to watch is Will Shipley versus this Tennessee front seven because Tennessee's run defense has been one of the 20-ish best run defenses in college football this year. And if they're able to limit Will Shipley and make Cade Klubnik beat them, I'm not certain they can do so. But we're going to see what Joe Milton looks like on deep throws. We're going to see how much underneath stuff Clemson allows Tennessee to do here. I think Murphy is out for the Tigers, which is huge for them. So I think the pass rush might not be all that devastating. Still a lot of talent there, but big-time NFL talent not going to be rushing the passer for the Tigers. So I think if we get a good Joe Milton game like the Vanderbilt game, then Tennessee wins and wins big. If we get the opposite, I think Clemson wins big. So I've gone back and forth on this one. I think this game just means more to Tennessee is what I come down to. It's like Clemson's just used to being a playoff team year over year, and like you're still in a New Year's Six game, but this is not where you wanted to be for the year. If you just take care of business against South Carolina, you're probably in the college football playoff. I don't think probably. I think you're back in. But you let things slip because you stuck with DJU for a little bit too long, and it cost you in the rivalry game and another chance at winning another title. I think that might linger for this team. And you wonder, okay, well, Tennessee also missed. Joe Milton is a guy, like he's a hometown guy. A lot of family will be and friends will be at this game, a local Miami kid. And he has a lot to prove because they've said, Joey Halsey and this Tennessee staff is like, it's an open competition in the spring between Joe, Nico, and Taven Jackson. Like, Joe is not walking in as just like the entrenched starter. It's going to be an open competition. He has a lot to prove. There's no open competition for Clemson and Cade Klubnik. He's the guy going into next year. Joe Milton has to show in this game that he can be the next guy and follow Hooker and nail those deep balls that Hendon Hooker just destroyed defenses with, because the underneath stuff he has and the mile an hour fastball that he throws, can he reel that in a little bit, and can he just play an ultimate complete football game that we just became so used to with Hendon Hooker? How much does he run with the football? Because he's so much bigger than Hendon Hooker. Is he going to be able to just pound this Clemson defense? Is he going to actually use his legs and just bury this Clemson defense? I'm curious to see how many design runs they have for him there. No Alex Golish. Obviously, he takes the USF job. I wonder how much that changes things. Doesn't seem like all that much. But all that being said, I think Joe has too much to prove. So I'm going to bet on Joe, and I'm going to say that he has a great game, and Tennessee wins and covers, like, I'm going to say 45-27 Tennessee.
You think Joe Milton and Tennessee are putting up 45 on this Clemson defense?
Let me go through the list of teams that Tennessee did not put a lot of points on Matt Green this season.
Hey, we're talking Joe Milton. This is a whole new ball game. I think this line has a lot less to do with Klubnik versus DJU and a lot more to do with Joe Milton and all the other players that are, well, I should say Hendon Hooker and all the other players that are missing for Tennessee. I think it's just hard to know exactly what you're going to get from Tennessee in this one. And I don't think there's any I don't think complacency will be an issue for Clemson just because Klubnik, it's like a new thing. So it's like this almost feels like the start of the 2023 season and like what they could potentially be moving forward. So I don't necessarily think that'll be an issue. It's hard to know exactly what you're getting from Tennessee in this one with so many guys out, and just for that reason, I got to go Clemson to win this one and cover. So gonna go with the other orange team to win the Orange Bowl in this one. So do we know the uniform combo for this game yet?
Yeah, Tennessee's wearing orange top and white pants, and I think Clemson's wearing all white.
So it's white, orange, white versus white, white, white?
Or white, or orange pants. I think Clemson's wearing orange pants.
Oh, okay. Orange, white, orange. Okay.
Yeah.
So white, orange, white versus orange, white, orange.
White.
Perfect. That's the perfect combo we needed. So both teams basically look the exact same on our TV. Like, cool. Just reversed. They should have brought the smoky grays for this one, but
or Clemson when was the last time they wore the purple?
Or Clemson go all orange and Tennessee go all white. Like that would have been a better option, but what can you do?
When did Clemson last wear the purple? I feel like I haven't seen it in forever.
I'm pretty sure they did it one year this year because it's like a military appreciation thing they do like pretty much every year. It's just like one game and like maybe it's Veterans Day or one of those days like in November, October or something. But yeah, I don't know exactly what game they rocked them for this year. But yeah, that's a good point. Clemson could have busted out the purple for this one too. Just so it's not the orangest Orange Bowl ever, but I'm afraid that's what we're going to have. So
where's Chauncey Stuckey when you need him?
I know that name. Who is that? That's Stuckey? That's the dude who played for the Pistons?
You're thinking of Rodney Stuckey.
Rodney Stuckey.
Chauncey Stuckey was a legend and Northside Warner Robins quarterback, and then he was a receiver at Clemson. And I remember him in the purple for those Clemson uniforms. Early 2000. Yeah. Gotcha. Chauncey Stuckey.
Rodney. I think it's CJ Spiller when I think of the purple unis, honestly. And James Davis in that.
Woody Dantzler.
There you go. Going way back. I think of the shadow numbers when I think of Woody Dantzler. Charlie Whitehurst. Mm-hmm. But let's keep it moving and not just name old Clemson players like we could do for days.
Men love doing it. What all men want to do is sit around naming people.
If you will.
Yeah.
The Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl in Nashville, which is indeed Music City. If you learn anything from this podcast.